Hi students, 8th B1. Today we are going to learn United Nations Organization Civic lesson. Some of the points we have learnt in this lesson. Again we are going to recall that. And the next half of the lesson we are going to learn. Okay. First we come to know what is United Nations Organization. We popularly call as United Nations or UN. UNO. Okay. After the First World War, a formation they created, that is the League of Nations. That is the League of Nations. Okay, this is also an organization. It was created after the First World War to bring peace among the nations. Okay, it was formed to maintain peace among the nation. But it was failure one. They couldn't make peace. In 1914 to 1919, the First World War happened. 1914, from 1914 to 1919, the First World War happened. So after that they created this organization, League of Nations, to maintain the peace among the nation. But it was failed to prevent the Second World War that was happened in 1945. So this is absolutely failure, League of Nations. You understand? So after the Second World War, the leaders realized and they created one more organization that is called United Nations Organization. United Nations Organization. It's similarly look like United States of America. Don't think of that. This is this many countries are mixed with this. Many countries are members of this United Nations Organization to bring peace among the nation to the world. It started with after the Second World War. Franklin D. Roosevelt, the President of USA, and Winston Churchill, the Prime Minister of Britain. These two were initiated the idea of forming the powerful international organization that would work towards the world peace. First they created one, it was failure one. Woodrow Wilson, he created that, it was failure one. Second one, after the Second World War, they created this United Nations Organization, Franklin Roosevelt and Winston Churchill. Okay, the head of these two, President of USA and Prime Minister of Britain. They were supported by the other countries. They had an idea, they initiated, but other countries supported them. In October 1944, representatives from some countries met at Dumbarton Oaks in USA to prepare a draft proposal. In April 1945, a conference was held in San Francisco. The Charter for a Permanent International Organization for Peace was drafted and ratified at this conference. They made one charter. Okay, they created a book-like, and they had principles, objectives, and they have to sign in that. Later it was signed by many countries. Finally, on 24th October 1945, the United Nations Organization came into being. After the Second World War, this year, this month, this date you must remember. 24th October 1945, the United Nations Organization came into being. This day is celebrated as UN Day every year. Okay? We are celebrating this day as a UN Day, United Nations Day. Headquarters, we have office for this United Nations Organization. It's an organization, so we should have one office. Okay, and people have to work. People have to mingle with these countries. Many countries joined in this. Okay, that all we are going to see. The headquarters of the UN are in New York City. Okay, headquarters of UN, United Nations head office is in New York City. Okay, the USA, the New York City in the USA, all the organs of the UN except the International Court of Justice function out of here. Many headquarters and offices there in USA. Membership. The original membership of UN was 51. Early stage only 51 countries were joined in that UN organization. Today 193 countries are there members, okay, in UN. At starting time only 51 countries. At present 193 countries are there. The membership is open to all nations who agree to abide by the UN Charter. Okay, who is agreed to sign in the UN Charter, they are the member. Anybody can join. To read the UN Charter, visit this link you have to visit and find out what is UN Charter and how they have to read and get signed. Everything, the procedure will be there. Okay, just to know, you go to visit this link and watch that. Coming to the official language, so in this you have to learn, we are learning 51 countries in the starting time. At present we have 193 countries. Okay, but any country can read this charter and get put sign and they can join as a member of UNO. Okay, coming to the language of your United Nations organization. See, we are countries, we are speaking in different countries. So particular some language should be there to deal with the problems, isn't it? There are 6 official languages of the UN: Arabic, Chinese, English, French, Russian, Spanish. Again read with me: Arabic, Chinese, English, French, Russian, Spanish. Never forget, these are the language, the official language. Okay, the proceedings of UN are translated in all these languages. If an Englishman speak in that UNO, any problem is discussing, the other language they'll translate. Okay, from that, if Indian are sitting, we understand English. So you understand like that. They'll try. If the French speaking, the French translate to English, so we can understand. So like that, this is the 6 official language. All world language they will not use in this UNO conference. Okay, coming to the next one, objectives of the UNO. What is their goal? For what they created this? Something should be there, no? Already we come to know they created for to maintain the peace among the nations. So that is the main idea, to maintain the peace and security in the world. They don't want to create one more problem. So they want to have the peace and security in the world. Number 2, to develop friendly relations among the countries. Okay, if anywhere any problem comes, UN will go and support, and they'll clarify the problems and they can make friends with other countries. To promote respect for human rights and fundamental freedoms. Somewhere in any country the human rights is not properly given to the people and there is no any fundamental freedom, UN will come and interfere in that. And if we ask them help, they'll come and do that. Simply they'll not come and do anything. If our membership country will go and ask them, they will come and help. Okay, to achieve worldwide cooperation in solving international economic, social, cultural and humanitarian problems. Any countries anywhere where under some other country or problematic economically, socially, they have any problem, if the country asks, UN will help them. To provide a common platform to countries for coordinating their actions towards achieving the common ends. Okay, this also related to the same. They'll give the help to the country if they ask to reach their goal. Okay, these are the some objectives of the UNO. Objective means aim, goal. What is their work, for what they created. Coming to the next one, Principles of UN. Some rules they are following. We want to know what are the rules. All member countries have sovereign equality. Okay, whether we belong east side or west side, or western countries, eastern countries, Middle East countries, anybody will have equally treated members. Okay, that is all nations are equal. Whether we are tall, we are short, we are dark, we are fair, okay, we speak English or we don't know English, we all are equal under UN. All member countries must obey the UN Charter. See, already we come to know they have to sign in UN Charter, then only they become the members. After signing, they should not say we will not obey. Okay, all member countries must settle their mutual disputes through the peaceful means. If any problem in the country, they have to settle with a peaceful manner. Okay. Okay, no member country shall use force or threaten to use force. And if we are under the control of UN, that means if we are under the membership of UN, we cannot act as our own. If we have any problem with other country, we immediately cannot show any force. We have to ask these UN, some council, some advice, that the UN will advise us, and according to that we have to do. All member countries must offer unconditional support to UN. Okay, we are, all the countries should support to the UN, in support in all way. Okay, even we can lend money also to the UN. Many countries, developed countries, are spending more money for UNO. Okay, the UN shall not interfere the domestic affairs of the member countries. See, if any country, in our Tamil Nadu, in our India, we have some problem. Maybe in Tamil Nadu we have problem with Edapadi or OPS or any kind of problem, or we have problem with Modi, President, Prime Minister, any problem. They will not enter in that problem. Okay? If it is a problem with the two countries only, they will enter and they will solve the problem. The UN shall ensure that even non-member countries work for the world peace. Okay? Even they no need to be the member of UN. For them also they will work. Okay, the headquarters in New York City, the land and building of UN headquarters are considered the international territory. This is the headquarters building of UNO. It is in New York City. Okay, so we learned what is UNO. By the way, in the first paragraph itself, we have some. The international organizations that works maintain peace, protect human rights, provide humanitarian aid, uphold international law, and promote sustainable development. For that only they created UN. Okay, so this is just a short note. They have given the objectives, but this is the proper objectives of the UNO. Language, membership, when created, when was it created, who initiated this idea, everything we learnt in this pages. Okay, that is lesson number 14, United Nations Organization. Then we have the 6 main organs of United Nations. Principal organs. This is principles. Principles means rules. Okay, rules of UN. This is principal organs, important organs, chief organs, main organs. Okay, in our school we have principal, no? He is the chief person, main person. That's why we are calling him principal. Okay, so chief organs of the UN. The United Nations has 6 main organs: the General Assembly, the Security Council, the Economic and Social Council, the Trusteeship Council, the International Court of Justice, the Secretariat. So these are the 6 organs of the UN. Okay, so we are going to learn number 1, General Assembly. The General Assembly. The General Assembly is like the world parliament. So we have parliament in our country, isn't it? Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha we have, even Tamil Nadu we have legislative assembly. All members will sit and talk about the problems. Both the side they'll sit and they'll make a problem and they'll solve the problem also. So like that, in General Assembly we have world parliament as a whole world sitting in one place and talking about some problem and solving it. That is, we have world parliament. Immediately General Assembly, you remember about the world parliament. All members of UN are members of the General Assembly. Each member country can send a delegation of the maximum 5 members to it. Whenever the assembly they have, that time from our country, how many are going? 5 members. 5 members going and sitting here and listening the problems and making the solution, and even they stand up and talk when the time they get. Okay, so this is the hall, the inside view of the General Assembly hall at the UN headquarters in New York City. Okay, can you see, like a big parliament where members will sit. Okay, here the heads will sit, secretary and every officials will sit here. Okay, coming to the next one. However, each member country has one vote only. Even though we are going 5 members, if they discuss any problem, if we are having the one thought, if we want to vote for them, only one vote only we can have, not 5 votes from our country. Okay, thus all members countries are equal. Whether we have population more or less, if we gone, one member is going to attend the meeting or 5 member attending, no problem. Only one vote only, all countries are equal. The assembly generally meets once in a year to discuss issues of international importance. What they are discussing? International importance. What are the important things happening in around the world? They'll discuss. Once in a year they will meet. In times of crisis, however, the special sessions are held. If it is any problem, they'll sit and meet. Now at present pandemic time of coronavirus, they met many times. They discussed about, okay, the problems. You understand? Coming to the next one, function. What they are doing, for what they are meeting. The General Assembly perform the following function: to admit new members on the recommendation of the Security Council. Okay, in this only, in this office only we can make member. Okay, that is their work. They take some advice from the Security Council. The second organ will support. Oh, this is the country, correct country, you can make the members. By their recommendation, this General Assembly make members of this new country. To appoint the Secretary General on the recommendation of the Security Council. First they are admitting the new members, next they are selecting the, appointing the Secretary General for this full UNO. Okay, with this, with their recommendation, with their council only, the Security Council only will select the Secretary General on the recommendation of the Security Council. To elect the 10 temporary members countries to the Security Council and members of the other organs of the UNO. Okay, even they'll elect the 10 temporary members for the Security Council and some members for the organs of UNO also, other organs also. Many organs we have, no? This is one of the organs, Security Council. For this they are electing 10 members. Even for other organs also they are electing some of them. You understand, children? This is their work. Their function is to admit the new members, to appoint the Secretary General, to elect the 10 temporary members for the organs. So you understand? Next, the 3 things. Then fourth one, to discuss the reports put forth by the main organs and agencies of UNO and take decisions on them. This organs may give some letter or any problem. Even agencies are there. WHO, UNESCO, UNICEF, that organs are there. If the agencies are there, if they give any reports, they will discuss that. To draw the attention of the Security Council whenever it finds the world peace is endangered by the action of the one or more countries. If anywhere any problem created by the countries, immediately UN will come and seek the attention there. What's happening, they'll keenly observe in that particular place. Okay, at present we have the border problem with China and India, isn't it? So even the UN will have one eye on that. What China is doing, what India is doing, they'll be watching. To discuss the any matter falling within the Charter of UN, for example, security, international cooperation and development. If it is under the problem, under the care of Charter, they will discuss about the matter. To consider and pass the annual budget of the UN. Okay, they have to have deal with money, no? So in this assembly only they'll talk about the money and they make a plan, budget according to their money. Okay, so this all their work. General Assembly, I told you, this is a world parliament. Okay, and some functions they are doing. All countries are equal. These are the function, at least 4 function, 3 function. You write in your classwork. Till this, you write in your classwork the principal organs. Write this principal organs in your list. The principal organs in your classwork. Coming to the next, Security Council. The Security Council is the most important, powerful organ of UN. Okay, this is second organ we have in the list, but it's very, very important organ. This is the one. It is the executive wing of UN. How President, President, Prime Minister, all cabinet minister we have in executive, no? So like that, this Security Council is the executive wing of UNO. Okay, it acts as executive for UNO. It has 2 types of members: permanent members, non-permanent members. In the Security Council, we have some members. They are permanently member country and non-permanent member country. The 5 permanent members are China, France, Russia, UK and USA. Let me read again. You also read with me. China, France, Russia, UK and USA. They are the permanent members. They have the veto power. Veto power means, see, if they are discussing about some problem, if China is not agreeing for that resolution, they are telling, no, I won't like what your decision you are making, that is not favor for me, I will not vote for that. If China tells no, so they will discuss the problem once again, and everybody should say yes for the discussion and for the decision. Then only they can pass the judgment. Okay, until they have to discuss to make favor this 5 countries. So that is why we call this veto power. Okay, they have power to change the decision, but all these 5 must understand and honestly they should say and discuss the problem. You understand? That is the veto power. They are the 5 permanent countries. Okay, the 10 non-permanent members are elected for the term of 2 years. Every 2 years they'll select 10 members countries. Okay, the Security Council meets once in a month or as when required. Okay, this is once in a year, and any problem time they'll meet. This is once in a month they'll meet, and if it is problem they'll meet again also. Okay, they have some function. The Security Council perform the following functions. It maintains the international peace by examining the settled disputes between countries. See, we told, the UN will settle the problem with 2 countries. This is the organ, one who settle. First of all, they'll examine the problem. What is the problem in the country? What is the problem with the neighboring country? Everything they'll examine, and then they'll settle the disputes. Next one, it can impose economic sanctions against the countries that do not act at its direction. Okay, economically, if they want to help, they will help the other countries. Next one, it can order military actions against a country which proves to be the threat to the peace. If the country is not under the control or going away from the UN, it can give the military action order, okay, against that country. Next one, it can ask the General Assembly to expel the country from the membership of the UN. With their recommendation only, the General Assembly can make a member. Even they have rights to expel them, send them out of the UN. Okay? And in UN country fails to act according to the UN Charter. If that country is not acting according to the UN Charter, they have the rights. The Security Council have the rights to send them out. It recommends the name of the person for the appointment of the Secretary General. Already we learned this point in the General Assembly. It recommends the names of the new member for the admission to the UN. Even it recommending the new name, new country, even the already member country is not following, it's not acting according to the UN Charter, they can expel them. Okay, these are the things this Security Council is doing, function. So you write about the veto power till this. From here to here, you write in the classwork, then you write this function. Any 3 function you write in your classwork, but learn from the book. The next items, the Economic and Social Council, the trusteeship, and the International Court of Justice, and Secretariat. This all we learn in next video. And then India also part of UN. Okay, that also we are going to learn. When India joined and what happened to what is India's progress in UN. See, it started in 24th October 1945. UNO started in 24th October. Within 1 week we have joined in UN organization, 30th October 1945. That all we are going to learn in next video. Thank you children. God bless you. Do your classwork. Okay.